Japanese broker Monex set to acquire the CoinCheck cryptocurrency exchange. Coinbase acquires a New York Stock Exchange head of sales to run its institutional services division. And Canadian tech firm acquires a cryptocurrency mining farm. Let's look at how this affects the Bitcoin market as a whole. Let's get cracking, people. All right, thanks so much for joining me today, guys. Just a reminder, if you are new to the channel, this is your first time here, and you want to keep up to date on the latest in cryptocurrency news and price action, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the notify bell so you can be notified when we go live to answer your questions. All right, with that out of the way, thanks again so much for joining me today, guys. We're going to be going over some more macro stuff here. We've been focusing the last couple weeks on these elements of large money coming into cryptocurrency and how it actually looks in reality, as opposed to the irrational exuberance of people thinking that institutional money was going to come in the big run-up in December and January 2018. So let's look at some news articles here. The first thing we're going to talk about is this Canadian tech firm purchasing a cryptocurrency mining farm in an all-stock deal. So for a price of $106 million, cryptocurrency mining firm Crypto Global Corp is being acquired by Canadian technology company Hyperblock Technologies Corp. The deal is an all-stock valued one. Now, Hyperblock also recently completed the purchase of one of North America's largest US-based crypto mining and hosting facilities. Combined with the agreement to acquire Crypto Global, Hyperblock is one step closer to its goal of building a diversified cryptocurrency company in North America. Now, what's interesting here is this kind of speaks more to the game theory surrounding cryptocurrency mining. As mining becomes more profitable, then there's going to be more competition and it's going to become more decentralized. As the price comes down closer to the actual break-even mining level, then cryptocurrency is going to become, the competition is going to dry up and cryptocurrency is going to become more centralized because you're going to see more takeovers like these. But this is definitely just going to show you that cryptocurrency mining is definitely not on the out, that everybody is really interested, that big money is really making large plays, and it's good to see acquisition like this. Although I like to see more decentralization in our mining is, regardless of what anybody wants to say, very decentralized. And the more that the price goes up, the more it becomes competitive, the more we're going to see it become more decentralized because there's going to be more competition. So this is good. This is bringing in more competition. But at the same time, it's also good to have nice, good, stable mining so that we can make sure that we run a nice, secure, stable network. Now, one of the interesting things that I see in this article is, of course, it goes over just kind of what mining is. This is kind of more for people who are beginning. But what this Hyperblock is trying to do is they're acquiring Crypto Global and they're building a custodial storage, a digital currency trading business. And so this is just more kind of what I'm throwing out to people who are watching this channel. For people who are looking and thinking, well, how can I get involved in the cryptocurrency markets? How can I transition my skill set into the future? And you got to look at what these big companies are doing. What can you do in your small role? What can you do as an individual to try to contribute to this market? There's all kinds of opportunities out there for entrepreneurs in this space, for mining, for trading, for exchanges, for coders, for developers. I mean, this is an opportunity excuse me, that does not come around super often. This is amazing new market that we have the ability to participate in and be part of, and it's up to you to start shifting your skill sets. If you want to be a developer but you don't know how to code, start picking up a book. Check out Mastering Bitcoin by Andreas Antonopoulos to get your start, and you can hit the ground running. And you can just hop in Discords and Telegrams and Slacks all over the internet and still talk to some of these developers of real projects. That's almost impossible to see in a normal market. All right, next news, and this is the big news. Monex, online broker set to acquire the CoinCheck Bitcoin exchange. Now, most of you will remember CoinCheck from the hack that happened a while ago, where a whole bunch of NEM got hacked from the CoinCheck exchange, and that crashed the price quite a bit, and now it's struggling to come back up. So let's look at the bullet points on this article. Japanese online brokerage firm Monex is reportedly considering buying CoinCheck. I can tell you that they're not just considering it. They've come out with the press releases. This is going to happen. This is really, really cool news, and this is more of what I'm talking about. We're seeing Coinbase, we're seeing Bittrex look toward regulation. They deleted a lot of shitcoins off their exchange so that they can be ready to be SEC compliant. They're doing everything they possibly can to be ready for SEC compliance and not have secure tokens that are securities on there. We're seeing the same thing with Coinbase and GDAX, that they are very careful about what assets they're going to be adding to their trading platforms. Meanwhile, we're seeing Binance just fly in the face of everything and still keep Centra on there, even after it came out that it was a scam. Let's see here. So, let's see. Brian Kelly, founder and CEO of BK Capital Management, said the possibility of a Monex deal bolstered views that mainstream cryptocurrency adoption is on the way. It's a massive confidence boost. Quote, "You now have a regulated public company in Japan buying into a crypto exchange. This puts a stamp of approval, and Japan is a huge driver of this market." Of course, we know that Bitcoin is huge over in Japan. Japan has declared Bitcoin legal tender, and Japan is definitely trying to be a center place for blockchain innovation and technology. So this is definitely true. According to Kelly, he goes on to say, if you are E-Trade, Charles Schwab, or any small to mid brokerage firm, and you've seen Robinhood eat your lunch, with TradeStation entering the market. TradeStation is the online brokerage that Monex runs. You must be paying attention, because now that TradeStation is going to have exposure to the Bitcoin markets now that their same parent company owns CoinCheck. So this is really cool. And he goes on to talk about how Robinhood has rolled out zero-fee trading for Bitcoin and Ethereum for four U.S. states currently so far, and they just have massive volume, a massive waiting list. So many people are interested to get in there and trade with zero fees, and they have a really good profit model, though, based on a subscription service and other things. So let's see here. CoinCheck drew the attention of Japanese regulators early this year after hackers stole roughly 523 million lesser-known NEM coins from the exchange. The coins were worth about 58 billion yen at the time, or about $534.8 million so far. So this is pretty cool. Monex is going to be acquiring CoinCheck. This is big news. We're going to be seeing more of this. This comes right on the heels of Circle acquiring Poloniex. We're probably going to see a bid for Bittrex. It would be interesting if we could see Coinbase do some acquirements, but I don't think that's going to be up their sleeve. I think we're going to see some other larger, more traditional Wall Street firm try to acquire Bittrex. So this will be interesting to see how this goes forward. And finally, we will end up our macro analysis with this from techgig.com about how Christine Sandler, former global head of sales for New York Stock Exchange Euronext, has joined Coinbase as its director of institutional sales. So Sandler's, who most recently worked at Barclays, where she was head of equities electronic sales, reports to Adam White, the general manager of GDAX, Coinbase's institutional-grade exchange platform. So Coinbase, since they launched GDAX in 2014, have been trying to reach out to institutional investors, and this is just their most recent play to do this. This is something else we're going to be seeing, and that we have been seeing a lot, is your traditional market people, the best and brightest from the Wall Street worlds, moving over to do ICOs and to run exchanges and to take positions with different blockchain-based companies and Bitcoin-based companies. And so this is pretty exciting. This also goes into how they launched Coinbase Custodian, which, of course, the biggest issue for institutional investors to take direct exposure to Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency as an asset is the issue of exposure. That's why you have companies like BitPay, BitGo. You're seeing that, this is one of the reasons why decentralized exchanges are going to be so huge moving into the future. Things like BISC, and Binance has launched a decentralized exchange. That's why BarterDex runs right now, because the idea of cryptocurrencies is that they're a bearer bond, essentially. Whoever owns the private key owns the asset, and if you have the private key, it's not like there's a username or password associated with these things. It's not like identity can be associated with a private key, although that could be something interesting that we see moving forward. So, these people want to have direct exposure to some of these assets, although most of the larger institutions prefer their derivatives and their swap contracts and their futures. That way they can avoid direct exposure. However, if direct exposure to the asset is the most profitable thing, then we're going to be seeing that. But we have this issue of custodianship. How can these large institutions hold hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin without having to worry about losing them, because they can just get hacked so easily? And that's why you have professional services, like I said, like BitPay, and why decentralized exchanges are going to be popular. So This is going to be cool because Coinbase, I know what's interesting is that if you get on the Reddits or you talk to people, there is this idea, which is true, that if you don't run a full node, as Trace Meyer likes to say, that you're a second-class Bitcoin citizen. And if you don't hold your own private keys, then you're a third-class Bitcoin citizen, which this is all true. However, many people trust Coinbase to keep their Bitcoin on there because they're insured and they can get their USD value back. But as we move forward, you're going to see people less concerned about their USD value, and they just want to make sure that their Bitcoin is safe and secure, because even though you can give me back the money that you might have lost my Bitcoin for, we're going to see a time in the future where people aren't going to want to sell Bitcoin. They're just going to want to hold it as the dollar continues to go down in value, and as Bitcoin continues to go up in value. People are going to realize that Bitcoin is just far more valuable to hold. They don't want to sell it. Even they don't want to take their short-term profits off of it. You're always going to probably have some of that, but the liquidity is going to dry up. We're talking about a scarce resource, guys. So you need to be buying your Bitcoin now while you still can, because in 5 to 10 years, what if there's no Coinbase where you can just get on and buy and sell it? What if Coinbase just focuses on custodianship? So we'll see how all this goes. This is good, big macro stuff, guys. So let's pop back over here real quick. Just a reminder once again, if you guys have not joined the Cracking Crypto Discord group yet, and you want to trade and you want to learn some of the good investments that we're making, and you want to learn some of the trades that we're taking, go to crackingcryptocurrency.com. You'll find the link to the Discord and our free chats there. Or go to discord.crackingcryptocurrency.com. We'll take you directly to the Discord. It is free to join. There's no requirement to subscribe. And you can see what we're doing, the big moves we're making in the market. And if you just want to be in a community of people who are investing and trading and talking about Bitcoin and passionate about cryptocurrency, it's good to have some guidance, guys. I've been having some arguments with people on the internet about trading groups, and some people think they're bad and some people think they're good. But the reality of the situation is that if you look at what happened to most retail investors during the crash from 20,000 down to 6,000, so many people got wrecked because they just did not have anybody that they could talk to who was an experienced trader. They're watching random videos on YouTube. They're reading random posts on Reddit and on Twitter, and they don't know what they're doing. They're not experienced with trading. And we are. So it's good to have somebody there to help you out who cares about you and is trying to guide you to success, rather than, people like George Soros coming to the market who just want to see you get wrecked, guys. So I'd love to see you there in the Cracking Crypto Discord. My name is Justin Wise. I hope you guys have had a wonderful day. Leave your comments in the section down below. Peace out.